Hey, yeah. Hey everyone, Skylinks here bringing you another video review. Today we're going to be doing something big, something close to my heart. Batman, the animated series. Freaking amazing. This is one of the staples in the Batman universe. Second only to the comics. I'm going to do an overall of the TV show, and then possibly season 1 in this review, and then I'm going to do a season for each, a video for each season. So it's absolutely amazing, and I had to write down notes for what I want to say because there's just so much to talk about. So we're going to see how much we can get through on the amount of time that I have now. So anyways, absolutely amazing. This is a staple in the Batman franchise. This is a time back when cartoons was actually good. This was an Emmy-winning cartoon. You know, Batman Adventures, Superman Adventures, you know, they're absolutely amazing cartoons. The X-Men cartoons were amazing. And they were when cartoons were good. I mean, if you look now, I mean, sure there's some good cartoons out, but they're all generally crap. So, this is by far, I think, the greatest cartoon of the 90s. So, let's just talk about it. What makes Batman the Animated Series so great? First of all, it was unlike anything else at the time. It was totally new, it was fresh. You know, they weren't trying to reinvent Batman, they were trying to build off Batman, and they really succeeded in that. It had a very serious tone to it. Very serious, and it was very, very dark. It was like dark on dark. It was not too dark that kids couldn't enjoy it because it is a cartoon aimed towards kids. But, you know, later on when you watch it and you're an adult, it's actually something that you can watch and you can understand the hidden themes. And it really is a very serious and dark show. It's a show that takes itself seriously. Very seriously. Seriously, I've said it too many times. Fairly loyal to the comics. I'm sure there's things tweaked here and there. Like, Bane never actually paralyzed him, and, you know, there were actually 2 Robins in the cartoon instead of 3 initial ones. You know, there's going to be tweaking. So it's about, like, around 80% loyal to the comic. So it's as loyal as you can get. I think this is the most loyal TV series to a comic. X-Men probably came second. And, yeah, the rest basically kind of fall into place somewhere else. But it's very loyal to the comic. The artwork is one of the things that made it so good. They did something called, what was it called? Dark Deco, where they actually would have a black sheet of paper, and they would use lighter tones on the black sheet instead of using a white sheet of paper and then filling in the gap. So it kind of gave you a very dark emotion and theme to it, very much what Gotham should be. The animation is amazingly detailed, amazingly crisp. Oh, you know, you don't get cartoons like this. It was amazing. And it was, you know, it looked so real. You know, granted, as the series gone on, 4th season, even into Justice League, the animation kind of changed. It didn't necessarily go downhill. It wasn't as detailed, and it was more cartoony. But, you know, the animation in the first 2 seasons, absolutely amazing. Well, a good example of this, and they said in the commentary, and I want to bring up here, was the Clayface scene. There was a scene where Clayface kept on switching back and forth between personalities, and that's an excellent example of how the animation was just unbelievable, and it was. Let's move on to another thing. The intro. The intro was interesting, and that's the fact that they actually didn't show the title of the show. You know, they kind of just show the Warner Brothers logo, show Batman dashing off, beats up the crook, and then they show Batman and a flash of lightning. The lightning flashes and Batman appears. No logo. So it's basically people say, hey, it's Batman. The music was perfect for each episode. For the whole entire series, the music was amazing. And each episode in itself was like a mini movie. It had like a title declaring what the episode was, and each episode kind of had its own story to tell. When I first watched this as a kid, it was like watching a little movie. And you can come in at the first episode or the last episode, any episode, and you don't need the background story because every episode encompasses what Batman should be. One of the things I think they played off well, especially in the first two seasons, but definitely in the first season, was how Robin came to play. Now, they made Robin older, but, you know, they're trying to introduce Robin, and they don't want to have too much Robin because they want the series to be mostly Batman. So the first two seasons, how do you explain Robin being there, but not being there? And it was the fact that he was in college, so he's not going to be around as much. And I think that was an excellent way to play off. Bring in Robin for the small, you know, parts, like Robin's Reckoning. He comes back and he deals with, you know, Zuko and all that stuff. And I think it was played off well how they did Robin. The villains. Batman has the absolute best villains. You know, they're not larger than life. They're not superpowers. But they're just psychologically and character development-wise super guys. Mark Hamill, if you know him, guy that played Luke Skywalker, voiced the Joker, and no one did the Joker's voice better than him. No one got the voice down yet. It was amazing. You will not, if you listen to it, you don't think Mark Hamill. You think someone else doing it. It's just awesome. And it really stapled what the Joker was. Harley Quinn came into play. Harley Quinn was the only cartoon character that actually got transitioned over into comics. She did not start in the comics. She started in the TV show. Now she's in the comics because of the TV show. The way they made each villain, they took time to do it. Like Two-Face, the first half of the first season was mostly him being Harvey Dent, the district attorney. And you kind of sit there, if you're a Batman fan, you're saying, well, when is he going to turn to Two-Face? And how they played it off is amazing. They actually consulted psychiatrists and stuff to actually, you know, look into Harvey Dent's mind and to see what he thinks. So that was awesome. The portrayal of the characters was amazing too. Each character, the voices were done well. They actually hired voice actors to do the voices. They didn't hire any Joe Schmo. They searched hard for the characters. And many people, including me, relate the voices, the mannerisms, and somewhat the personalities to the comic book characters. You know, when I read a comic book, I think Batman's voice is Kevin Corey. I think that's the guy that did Batman's voice. Is the voice from the TV show. So I think, at least for me, but for a lot of other people, is when they read the comics, they actually put the voices from the TV show into the comics, even some of the mannerisms. So, you know, that's a little, that's just like a little imprint, a little market left on the Batman universe. I'm trying to do that, but not much. So, you know, overall, it was a staple in the Batman universe. I won't be able to go into season 1 on this video, but it's back when TV shows were good, really good, and they put a lot of effort into it. They did a lot of character development with each character. You know, the only complaint I really had with the TV show was actually Batman Beyond, which I never actually hated Batman Beyond. I actually like Batman Beyond. The only problem with Batman Beyond is you actually see what happens to Bruce Wayne. And I don't want to know that Bruce Wayne becomes a lonely, depressed piece of shit. That's my own personal complaint. But as for the show itself, you know, I don't think it really had any bad points. You know, I would have liked to see some of the bad guys show up a little bit more. I would have liked to see a little bit more Catwoman, because her relationship with Batman in the show was pretty nice too. You know, maybe a little Ra's al Ghul, but you know, overall, amazing series. Best cartoon of the 90s. Probably one of the best cartoons ever. Wouldn't it be cool if they did a Transformers Batman crossover? No, that would be stupid. But yeah, that's just the overview. I'll do an overview, and then I'll do the seasons, and maybe I'll do a wrap-up. So, I'm going to stop this video, say peace out for now, and then I'll actually do season 1. So, this is Skylines. I'm going to say peace out for now.